What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sports Odds on Diesel. And today I'm going to be wrapping up my predictions here with the Southwest Division. And let's just get right into it here starting off with the Dallas Mavericks, who went 33-49. We know about Luka Doncic and the phenomenal year he had last year. Unfortunately, Kristaps Porzingis was out last year with an injury. He's back this year. They still have J.J. Barea, Tim Hardaway Jr. We know about their additions of Seth Curry, DeLon Wright, Boban Marjanovic. We know about them losing the all-time great Dirk Nowitzki, and they did lose Trey Burke as well. They had no draft picks in this upcoming draft in the summer's draft. So my prediction for them is 44-38. I believe they will be a better than 500 ball club. I believe that this could potentially be a playoff team coming down the road here this season. Right now they're at 8-5 starting off the year here in the first 13 games of the season. Doncic is just on fire right now. Like NBA Jam says, he's on fire. Like, he really is on fire. Kristaps Porzingis will eventually get back into game shape, and he will be the player that we all came and knew and loved when he was with the New York Knicks, even though the Knicks sucked and he was the star player on that team. I believe he will be a star. Him and Doncic will be a great tag team here in Dallas. So 44-38 is where I have the Dallas Mavericks. Next up is the Houston Rockets. We all know about James Harden in that close MVP race between him and Giannis Antetokounmpo, Clint Capella, Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, Gerald Green. These guys are all back and they're ready to go for another season. We know about their fabulous acquisition in Russell Westbrook, a player who has averaged a triple-double the last 3 seasons, something that hasn't been done since Oscar Robertson in the 60s. And we have one player who's done it 3 seasons in a row here in the modern day. And it's what a great evolution of the game. But Russell Westbrook is Oscar Robertson, like 2.0. Like, he's more athletic. He relentlessly attacks the rim. So we all know about Russell Westbrook and the acquisition there. They added the former Defensive Player of the Year and Tyson Chandler. They added Ben McLemore, a good scoring guard as well. They did lose Chris Paul in that whole trade with OKC, but that doesn't matter. No draft picks for Houston. So I have them at 52-30. Currently, right now, they're at 11-3. They could be a better than 55-win ball club this year. That's how good they're playing right now. And that's all because of James Harden. James Harden is averaging over 39 points a game this year. The last player we've seen average over that amount in a season, or even as high as that, is Michael Jordan. Like, we haven't seen this since the 90s, the early 90s, when Jordan was on top of the world and, like, no one could stop the guy. So this is, like, James Harden, potential MVP candidate, the way he has started off this season. No matter if there's Russell Westbrook on this team or not, James Harden by far. Like, I watched the game the other night where they played the Clippers, and James Harden just, like, that, you cannot guard that step back 3-point shot. You can't guard it at all. It's like the most unguardable thing. He's the best isolation player, arguably the best ISO player in the game today. So, like I said, 52-30 is where I have this Houston Rockets team. Up next is the Memphis Grizzlies. We have Jonas Valanciunas, Miles Plumlee, Jaren Jackson Jr. They did add great acquisitions in Jay Crowder, Josh Jackson, Andre Iguodala, Grayson Allen. They did lose Mike Conley. He's in Utah. Avery Bradley is obviously with the Lakers. DeLon Wright, CJ Miles, and Chandler Parsons. They lost all those guys. Great, whatever, don't care. They added John Morant, who's actually been off to a great and fantastic start. He actually ruined Mike Conley's return to Memphis. His first came back in Memphis. He ruined that and hit a game-winning layup. So, John Morant is just balling out right now. I talk about, Zion Williamson being NBA ready. Through the first 10, 12 games, 13 games of the season, John Morant has been NBA ready. Look, he's just balling out right now. He's playing fantastic. And right now, they went 33-49 last year. I don't have them winning any more than, I have them at 25-57. I just don't think that they have the team to be go anywhere near the playoffs. Right now, currently through the first 14 years of the season, they're at 5-9 on the year. But, like I said, 25-57. They possibly could be right around that same mark, 33-49. But only time's going to tell to see how good this team's going to be down the road as the season progresses. Up next, the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson, yep, we all know about him. They added Drew Holiday's always been there. He's never left. The great acquisitions out of this blockbuster trade with Anthony Davis. They got Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, who's averaging over 25 points a game. Fantastic sharpshooter, and J.J. Redick. Derek Favors, I thought, was another great pickup, and Josh Hart also as well. They did lose. Yeah, we know they lost Anthony Davis. The unibrow, yeah, whatever. Julius Randle, they lost as well, and they lost Alfred Payton. But with all that being said, everyone's waiting for Zion Williamson to come back. I think we're in late stages. I think it's late stages of him recovering. I think it's week 5 out of 6 to 8 weeks that he'll be out with this injury that he's had with the meniscus. But I really do think when Zion Williamson's come back, he's going to bring out record number. I can't say he's going to bring out record number crowds to places, but he's the biggest hype story. Like, I've watched Zion Williamson all throughout his all throughout his high school games, and what a unique talent he is. They say he's bigger and heavier than LeBron James and has a higher vertical leap than LeBron James. But I don't know, man. We're potentially talking about a player who is post-LeBron, definitely a post-LeBron era player who could be the next LeBron James. That's how big and physical and strong he is, and athletic he is, just like LeBron James. So we'll see what happens, but they went 33-49 last year. Right now, I have them at 39-43 this year. But it's kind of hard to tell right now. Right now, there's a 3-way tie in the division right now. Currently, Grizzlies, Pelicans, and Spurs are all at 5-9 to start the season. But 33-49, I don't have them make the playoffs. I think they're going to be out of the playoffs by like 5 or 6 or 7 games. But we're all waiting for Zion Williamson to come back, so we'll see what happens there. And last but not least, reliable San Antonio Spurs. We know about their 17, 18-plus seasons in a row where they had over 50-plus wins. They went 48-34 last year. We know about them still having DeMar DeRozan, Rudy Gay, LaMarcus Aldridge, Marco Bellinelli. We know about them. They just recently retired Tony Parker's number 9 is up in the rafters now in San Antonio. We know about them adding DeMar Carroll, Trey Lyles. They did lose Davis Beadridge, but that doesn't matter. They had 3 draft picks in the NBA draft. Right now, I have them at 46-36. They're not off to the greatest of starts here. Like I said, they're at 5-9. They've gone 2-8 in the last 10 games. They have not been playing particularly well in the last 10 games or so, but I think eventually this team will get it together. I love Dejounte Murray. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player. He's been balling out to start off the season. I would love to see him keep the turnovers down just a little bit, but believe it or not, last year was an all-time record in terms of lowest rate in terms of turnover ratio, which is like something unheard of, which now is telling you in today's modern day era of the game, teams, even though a lot of teams rely on ball movement as their success in the offense, a lot of teams are not turning the ball over as much as they used as we have seen and we have been accustomed to in the past. So it is great to see that teams are taking care of the ball, even though I still think turnovers, a missed 3-point shot, a contested missed 3-point shot is I consider as a turnover because you have a long rebound and that leads to a fast break down the other end for the other team. So you don't necessarily have to turn over the ball for it to help the other team. Just you missing a 3 ball, like the old saying, you live by the 3, you die by the 3, even though 3-point shots are being shot up at a record pace. Like every year, it seems like there are more and more 3s that get shot every year. Like even Anthony Davis is shooting 3s. Like big men are shooting 3s. Patrick Patterson shoots 3s. Like I said, Aaron Baines is shooting 44% from downtown. If you guys watched my last video, He's shooting 44% from downtown, and it's just like, there's even big men who never shoot threes now are shooting threes. And here we go. So like I said, San Antonio, 46-36. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I want to thank you guys so much for your time. I will see you guys in the next one where I will be talking about my playoff predictions, who I have winning the title. You may be shocked at who wins the title, but stay tuned for that video. I will see your faces in the next one. Deuces.